Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. This is JJ and today we have a pick a card. My focus is what needs healing at this time. I also took some quotes, random quotes, and just put them in the pile, so we'll see what they come out. I wrote them down and I just picked at random. So the first choice we have is the sleeping owl here. Beautiful little owl, he's sleeping. Then we have Betty Boop. If you guys know her, she's amazing, amazing cartoon, right? And then we have here, I think it's a badger, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure what he is, but it's this little creature here. If you know, I thought it was a skunk, but it doesn't have the tail, so I'm thinking like it's a badger, but I'm not sure. So you can pick, like always, the timestamps will be pinned in the description box below. I also have my tarot deck here that maybe I will be using. Let me take out the cards. Oh, there's a little amethyst here. Okay, so we have the little amethyst here. We will see if we want to use a tarot deck or not. So like always, my email for personal readings is listed in the description box below, along with my Instagram. There is a particular message that came up in Instagram that was a little concerning. I will be going on live in Instagram in a little bit after I record this. There is I'll show you the cards here. I still have them because I'm going to discuss it more in detail in Instagram. There's these cards here. There's some type of stalking going on here. I got these two and I wanted to clarify this one, and this one came out. So both men are hiding here. So someone may be having a particular issue with someone that's stalking you, whether this is in social media or literally I don't like the gut feeling I have with it. Every time I look at the cards and I sit with that energy, I just don't like it. So please be careful today, you guys. And if you're dealing with someone like that, I feel like this is someone that it's having a hard time breaking up. It's having a hard time you telling them no, taking a no for an answer. And I feel like this person is lurking, is following you. For others of you, this is just a secret admirer that may want to give you a gift of some sort. Okay, we have the gift card here. But I just feel like I don't know, I just don't like the fact that these men are there, just they're lurking. I don't know, you guys, I just don't like it. My stomach hurts every time I look at this, so I don't know what that is. If you guys are dealing with someone, please take the precautions necessary, okay? So let's see. Yeah, I feel like this is a male. This person could be an ex for someone, okay? That it's not taking a no for an answer. So let's get started. Option 1, what do you need healing? I picked one too, but I'm not going to say which one. So let's see. Let me move my microphone a little bit. So the first one is the sleeping owl. Okay, so some of you need to take some time to contemplate the sleeping owl. What are you sleeping on? I feel like this makes perfect sense. I picked them at random. I have them in a little bag because the theme is what needs healing. So I feel like this is something you have been avoiding, but it's something that you most likely have in the back of your mind. It's something that you sleep at night thinking about this and wake up thinking about this. Okay, it's something that, yes, you do not want to address it, but it's there. It's unavoidable. Every time you close your eyes, it's like this thing comes up. Okay, so let's see. The 11th house, friends. Okay, so friendship was coming up as soon as I was shuffling the cards. Friends, I keep hearing friendship, friends, friendships. Okay, so there's something about friendships here. The 11th house is ruled by Aquarius. Okay, it's a house of communication, of groups, of not communication per se like the third house, but it's communications in groups, organizations. It's also about achieving your dreams, your goals. Okay, so there's something there that needs healing for some of you, particularly friends. Creative genius, writing, expression, artistic flow. So I was just saying communication. So some of you, I feel like you need to write. Okay, there's something about writing here that needs healing. There's something about you wanting to, I feel like if you write, I don't know if you ever wrote something, your friends criticized your writing, your friends criticized your creative project thing that you did. There was something people, I feel like you're very different, okay? Because this fairy is very different, right? Again, you might be an Aquarius or have very Aquarian rising or just Aquarian Venus. The way you dress is our Venus sign. So I feel like you just might be very different and people don't relate to that, okay? People don't understand Aquarius, okay? People find Aquarius very unrelatable, but they're actually very cool. Yeah, they're quirky and they're different, but they're very cool, generous people. And I feel like you are yourself like that, right? This fairy is very dressed, very different. So I feel like you've always been different and people just didn't like that about you, or you had always a hard time making friends because of that. Now they're showing me my son is an Aquarius rising, and if you guys know, he has hard time making friends because he comes off a little dominant, a little different, and he always tells me like, Mom, it's because my friends say I'm weird, my friends say I'm different, and I see it too that I'm different. So maybe you yourself, you see this in you, you're like, yeah, I know I'm different, I can't find my group of friends. Or you've always had trouble with friends, or friends didn't vibe with you, or friends were your friends for other reasons, maybe because of your knowledge, maybe because of your creativity, and that left a wound within you. And I feel like this needs to be addressed. And maybe you have this dream, this longing of like, okay, I want to belong to a group. I want to find my tribe. I want to find my soul family. I see everybody have these groups, these soul family, and why can't I? Where is my people? That's kind of the energy that I'm getting here with you guys, okay? And I feel the passion there. I feel like the longing. I feel it in me, like just the frustration of like, why can't I? You know, I see people do this. Why can't I have this? Okay, why do I always get myself involved with friends that are not honest with me, that use me in some way? Okay, that's kind of the energy that I'm feeling here. And I feel like you really are longing for this connection with a group, right? There's 3 people here and I only saw 2. So you're really longing for that. For others of you, this is you need to heal some type of creative aspect of yourself. Maybe you think you're not creative. Maybe you're like, I'm not, you know, like, what are you talking about? I can totally relate to that. People tell me all the time, you're very creative. I don't see it in myself, but maybe you're like that too. People always tell you you're very creative, okay? For others of you, I'm hearing like you believe in your creative talent and you do your creative, you know, thing, but you get criticized for your creativeness, okay? Or someone always tells you like, you think that's gonna be like acknowledge, or you think that's creative, like what were you thinking? Okay, people belittle your creativeness. Whether this creative could mean you writing, right? It could mean vlogging, it could mean painting, it could mean anything. Okay, I just use creative very loosely here, but I feel like you're criticized by your creative talent, and I feel like that's the wound there for some of you, okay? It's like you want to be creative, you want to write. You're like, I know I'm very powerful. I know I have creative talent. Is just your talent is different, your creativeness is different, and you have to be okay with being different, whether this is because of friends, whether this is because your creative aspect of yourself is different. The point is, a lot of Aquarius energy here is you need to be okay with being different, when not fitting in the box, when not fitting in everybody's mold. You need to be okay with that, okay? I feel like this wound will be healed if you start accepting yourself for who you are and stop comparing and wanting to fit in. Maybe some of you want to write like other people because you're like, well, I see that this is the trend, I want to write like this. And Spirit is saying, no, you have to embrace your uniqueness. That is where you're going to find your healing, and that is where your success is going to lie, okay? And we have assurance. Yeah, you're assured that you're going to be okay and you're going to find your tribe. You're going to find your people. But you have to be true to who you are, because if you go around trying to follow the trends or trying to be like everybody else, you're always going to have that dissatisfaction within yourself, okay? And then we have believe. Yeah, you need to believe in yourself, believe in the universe, believe that you have enough and that you will find your friends, believe that you are creative enough, believe that you have this amazing gift within you that wants to come out. There's this creative urge for your soul to express itself. And I feel like you have a hard time believing because you're looking for a group to be like, yeah, you know, yeah, you have this talent. Yes, go for it. And I feel like you're not going to find it. You have to be your own best cheerleader here. Okay. And your quote is, wow, how appropriate. You are confined only by the walls you built yourself. That is very true. So basically, Spirit is saying, yeah, you might not fit in with other people. Yes, your creative expression is different than everybody else, but you should be an Aquarius and rebel against that. Maybe you should research a little bit and explore a little bit of the Aquarius traits, because Aquarius they're ruled by Uranus, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look at the little book here, but I feel like they're ruled by Uranus. And Uranus is a rebel planet. Let's see. It's also destiny. Some of you are destined to do something creative, to write a book. You're writing. That's your destiny. Someone needs to believe that and needs to hear that. But you've been limiting yourself. You've been putting yourself in a box, in a mold that is not you. Let me see. I'm moving my chair. Let me see. I think it is Uranus because it's ruled by, give me a second. Sorry, you guys. Okay, Aquarius. Yeah, Uranus. Exactly. And this co-ruler is Saturn as well. Okay, so yeah, see, Saturn puts limitations, right? Uranus wants to rebel. Uranus wants to be different. They rebel in their own way. And then I feel like you have a conflict maybe in your natal chart too. Maybe you have a strong Uranus placement with a strong Saturn. So you maybe go back and forth and you limit yourself because Saturn likes to put limitations. So maybe you have Saturn in your 11th house, right? Maybe you have Saturn in your 3rd house for some of you, which is creative, or Saturn in the 5th. So maybe you feel very restricted creative wise, okay? And maybe that's where the challenge is. Okay, for those of you who are dealing with friends, your Saturn probably is in the 11th house. For those of you who are dealing with creative issues, maybe it's in the 5th or the 3rd house, okay? But you need to believe in yourself, okay? And don't put yourself in a cell that you yourself have created. Throw those walls down, rebel, and be you. Don't be scared to be you, okay? Because that is what you will attract. You will start attracting your right friends the moment you start being yourself, okay? And that's the healing that needs to happen for you. So now for option 2. Okay, so for option 2, we have Betty Boop. I have this sticker, fun fact, since I was 12 and I'm 29. So, yeah, it's been a long time. This is a beautiful sticker. I remember my friend gave it to me, if I'm not mistaken. So, let's see. What needs healing? Ooh, mystery. Lilith. Okay, number 12. It's a lot of mystery. I feel like if you chose this, I feel like your life has always been very foggy. I feel like your life hasn't always been like an easy road, in the sense of, I mean, nobody's life is easy, but I mean in the sense of like your life has always been trying to find the next step. It's kind of like you never actually know where it's headed, or you feel like you know where it's headed, and then all of a sudden, boom, something happens and it puts you on a whole different path. Your life, I feel like it's very much of a mystery, and that's the healing there, because you still haven't learned to assimilate that and to accept that. And I feel like Spirit is saying you need to heal and be aware that life's constant is always change, okay? And I feel like you may be a person who really loves to know every detail of everything and exactly plan out how your life is going to be, what's your next step. And I feel like you always find yourself in this weird, like, foggy points in your life where exactly you don't know where you're going, okay? Then we have complete commitment. Yeah. Okay, number 44, angel number. So your angels are with you, and it's interesting to me how we both have a background which we can't see. So it does it does give me that vibe, like I told you, that your life always seems like you don't know where you're headed. Okay, it's like everything's a mystery. You're just able to know for a fact that what's certain, it's this point in time right now in the present. And then anything beyond that, it's like, I don't know. Maybe you're a person who's always like, when people ask you, and what's your next plan in life? I don't know. Okay, I don't know. And it's not that you don't care, or maybe you come off as a person who's like, somebody will be like, well, this person doesn't have long-term plans. But it's not that. I feel like you've learned to accept. Some of you are already learning to accept, but you're still fighting against this. But I feel like you already know that it's like, life for me is always a mystery. I exactly don't know where I'm gonna be tomorrow, a week from today. I feel like you have very ups and downs in life, okay? And I feel like you have a hard time committing to things because of that. And I feel like that is the wound that you need to heal. It's that you have to commit to things, even if they're a mystery to you, even if you don't know exactly how things will unfold, even if you don't know how your life is going to look at 10 years from now. Okay, what your life's going to look like 10 years from now. Okay, you need to be able to commit and completely submerge yourself in that mystery. Don't be afraid. I'm trying to look at the meaning of the card here. Please ignore the trash can truck in the background. So let's see. Yeah, it's about being okay with submerging in. You might be a person who maybe people feel like you're very shallow, and I'm not meaning that in a very disrespectful way. Okay, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. There you go. Sorry. I feel like maybe you find it disrespectful that people tell you, yeah, like you're very shallow. And I feel like it's because you have a hard time going into your emotions. You're really, it's like you feel like you're gonna drown in your emotions, okay? And Spirit is saying, no, you need to be okay with diving in and seeing what's there. Because there's so much for you. I feel like people who chose this might have a strong 8th house placement. Like maybe you have your moon in the 8th house. I wouldn't say your sun in the 8th house, because the sun in the 8th house will actually, you will love to be in there. But any other placement in the 8th house, I feel, because 8th house is all about that, the mystery, the occult, the hidden, the buried underneath. So I feel like for some reason you're not comfortable. So maybe you have Saturn there that limits you. The Spirit is saying the wound is, the thing is that because of your lack of commitment, you're holding yourself back. Because you do not want to commit to something that you're like, I can't commit to something that I don't know where it's going to take me. I don't know if this is going to benefit me in the long run. I don't know. And Spirit is saying, well, leave that aside. It's time for you to heal that and commit, even if you don't know exactly where you are headed, where you are going. Okay, so your message is very clear cut here. And Spirit is saying, yeah, you've always been a planner in your life. And you always, and maybe it's because of this, because your life has always, like I said, been so foggy that for you, you're like, I'm gonna plan, because exactly everything goes south on me all the time. I seem to know where I'm going, but always life throws something at me my way. And so I have to kind of like when you have your GPS and you're like following it and it says rerouting and you're like, really? So I feel like that's your life right there. Okay, I'm not laughing. I'm laughing with you because I have moon in the 8th house, so I understand this very much. Your life's always rerouting. You're always kind of like you thought you were going one way, and then all of a sudden it's like, make a U-turn here, and it's like, wait, what? I thought I was going over there. No. Okay, so maybe that's why you now are, you got the habit of planning. You're like, I want to plan for my life because I'm tired of life always putting me, rerouting shit for me. And I feel like Spirit is saying, nope. No. No more planning. Okay, no more reasoning. No more excuses. No more planning it. That's what they keep just saying. They're saying that your soul has been asking you to trust And I just heard, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Maybe because this reminds me of Dory. So just keep swimming. Just keep moving forward, honey, okay? There's this fear in you of like, you need to break free. You need to dive in, dive deep. The Spirit is saying by you diving into the mystery, you will see when you come back up to land that you are stronger than you think. Way stronger than you think. That's why I feel like you have a moon placement. Okay, for some of you have a very strong moon placement. Maybe moon in Scorpio, moon in Pisces. But I feel like you have a very strong placement in the 8th house, because people who have placements in the 8th house, you have them for a reason. You have them because the 8th house is the house of hidden treasures. And everybody who has that are the ones capable of finding these treasures. But guess what? You have to go in murky waters. You have to dive into things that are uncomfortable, that are not good, that you are scared of, in order to find those treasures. And once you find them, you will never be the same. Okay, and you're being called to do that. That's part of the wound. You avoided this for so long. And Spirit is saying, not anymore. You have to do this. You have to heal. Be okay with being in the murky waters for now. Okay, think of it as people who have planets in the 8th house. They're very lucky people. They're chosen for a reason. Okay, they're the only ones that can tolerate those deep, subconscious, murky, nasty waters. Those fears. So you have that. You guys have that. You guys are lucky. And yes, it's uncomfortable and it's ugly and it's not pretty and it's your demons and it's your shadows and it's what nobody wants to talk about. But if anybody can do it, it's you. Okay? Let me look at the other cards. And then celebration, the beginning. Yeah, after you do that, after you go into the mystery, after you follow all that, guess what? You're going to start something new and you're going to be happier. You're going to be happier without having to plan every minute. You guys, I just looked at the quote and it's, oh God. I was so hesitant on doing this, but everything happens for a reason, right? See, trust. I had something different planned. Maybe that's for you guys. I had something planned and I had to go do something left field all of a sudden, and I'm glad I did. Your quote is, just because my path is different doesn't mean I'm lost. Exactly. So you have to be okay with the mystery. Just because your path is different, and this may be people telling you like, hey, you were supposed to do this, but I feel like this is you. Okay, and Spirit telling you like, just because your path is different than what you had thought you were going after doesn't mean that you are lost. Doesn't mean that everything is lost. Maybe where you're going, it's a way better place than where you were headed. Okay, so have faith, trust, and now to option 3. So for those of you who picked option 3, what do you need healing right now? You chose the Badger. Whoa. Okay. Falling. Something's falling. Let's see. Ooh, Libra. Eye balance. Interesting. This looks like a kidney. Somebody needs to watch their kidneys, drink more water. Okay. Libra is all about partnerships, other people, right? It's about bringing balance into your life. What do you need to heal? I feel like many of you need to heal your partnerships. Okay, maybe your relationships, could be friendships, could be love, any type of partnerships, other people. I feel like you need to balance your life. I also feel like you need to be more diplomatic. I don't know why that word came up, but some of you need to be diplomatic. Some of you need to literally heal something with a Libra. Or if you're a Libra yourself, like I am, then maybe you need to heal something big within yourself. Okay, or you can look at where Libra is in your chart, and then that could pinpoint exactly what needs healing. For example, if you're a Leo rising, Libra will fall in your 3rd house. Okay, so that will be siblings. Maybe there's a sibling that you need to heal with your neighbors, somebody in middle school, right? This is from Third house is kindergarten all the way to high school. So maybe someone in your school area, or something that happened in your school years, in your primary school years. Some of you, like I said, siblings. Oh, let's see, writing, communicating. Okay. A loyal guardian. Okay, so for 33, magical number. Okay, so for some of you, there's someone that you need to heal with, someone that has been like your guardian, so like a parent. There's something with the parent that needs to be healed here. So maybe you have your son in the third house like I do. Maybe it's a father. Maybe you have your moon in your third house. Maybe it's a mother. Someone who's protected you, okay? I feel like this is, for some of you, I feel like you hold back with other people. You hold back in regards to relationships. You don't reveal yourself fully. You kind of like take a step back instead of embracing and opening your arms to your partner, to other people, trusting other people. You actually are like, nope, I need to put this big wall, or you always hide in some way. You don't show who you really are in partnerships. And I feel like Spirit is saying it's time for you to heal that. Why don't you show yourself to other people? What wound is there that needs to be addressed right now? We have tranquility and love. So Spirit is saying you can be okay with opening yourself to other people. Okay? You can be okay. This person really loves you. For some of you, it's in regards definitely to love. With Libra and the love card, it's definitely love relationships. You are scared to open yourself up to a lover. Okay? And I feel like for some of you, okay, now I'm getting a different message. For some of you, you are not okay with being alone. You maybe have Venus in Libra, where you feel like you need to always be with someone. You're scared to be alone. You're scared, and I feel like some of you hold on to a person, to a partner, just because you have a fear of not finding love. And so you're like, okay, well, in case I don't find love, I'll hold on to this other person just in case. Okay? And I feel like Spirit is saying no, that's putting you out of balance, and you're not opening yourself up to other partnerships. I'm also getting here some of you holding on to these people, to these relationships, or to other people, not wanting to be alone. It's kind of like your security blanket. Okay? And Spirit is saying no. You need to heal that. Why are you scared to be alone? Okay? For others of you, you're so used to being alone. You don't want to open up to other people. You want to go at everything alone. And Spirit is saying, no, right now, you need to learn to work with other people. You need to be okay with working with other people. I also feel like there's something about you changing your mind all the time. You're like, yeah, I'll do it. And then you're like, no. So you commit and then you don't commit. You commit and then you don't. Okay? And Spirit is saying you need to make up your mind. I know that's a very typical Libra comment, but, you know, I'm a Libra. I'm allowed to say it. I feel like also you need to be able to open yourself up to seeing every aspect of an issue. Okay? Seeing every side of a problem. I heard the name Oscar. I don't know if that rings a bell to any of you, but I feel like there's some issue here with an Oscar. I know 5 Oscars, but I heard the name Oscar. Oscar and John. So, I don't know. Someone likes to play here the devil's advocate. I don't know if this is you, but I feel like Spirit is saying, you know, go for balance and peace. Do not play the devil's advocate here. Some of you are really have a fear of marriage. Libra rules the 7th house. The 7th house is the marriage. It's the marriage house. So I feel like you guys are really scared of marriage or holding back for some of you. It's like you're holding out for the right person, for the perfect person. And Spirit is saying there is no perfect person. First of all. Second, I feel like the other side is like, you're like, I'm not getting married, never. Like, you're so against the marriage. Okay? So, and for others of you, I'm getting like marriage is something like that you're like, that it's not because you really are committed to the person. It's more like of a, just to show society that I am married kind of thing, okay? And don't get offended by that. I'm just putting it out there. There's also a sense here of codependency, and that goes back to that of like, I was telling you, like some of you are codependent on other people and you do not want to do it alone. Some of you really don't like making decisions. Libra really doesn't, because again, it's not that they don't like it, it's just that they can see every side of an argument that is hard to be like, okay, well, if I take this side, then I'm ignoring that side, but I could also see that other side. Okay, so maybe some of you are really hesitant on making a decision in regards to love, and it's throwing you off balance. Some of you, you need to take the middle road. I don't know what they're talking about here, Spirit, but they're saying take the middle road. You need to work on your partnerships, okay? You will be more successful and find more peace and love with partnerships. Do not hold back. I feel like there's a lack of trusting and there's a lack of loyalty here for those of you who have a hard time opening up to friendships. Oh, and then we have your quote, don't judge me by my past. I don't live there anymore. So many of you have a hard time making friends or committing to a partner or committing to marriage or to love or just to other people because of your past. Okay? Or some of you get judged by your past and you're like, I'm not there anymore. It's not who I am anymore. Also, don't, because of things that happen in your past, don't give up on love. Don't give up on friends. Don't give up on other people. Okay, I feel like now you are protected with the loyal guardian here. I feel like there's something with loyalty. Someone doesn't trust their partners being loyal, but I feel like they are. Okay, they're very loyal people and they protect you. Maybe they're not as open as you would like them to be. Maybe they're a very chill person, a reserved person, but that doesn't mean that they don't love you. Okay? So I wish you guys the best. Take care of yourself. It was an honor. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.